Are you brand new to darts and you want some tips as to how to start throwing on a dartboard? If you are, then I'm going to give you 4 strategies to improve your game right at the start. Let's get into it. Before we get into that though, I've got to give a massive shout out to PM Darts, i.e. the designer who has created these absolutely incredible dart shirts. These are my player event shirts for 2026. They are going to be available to purchase. You've got them in white and you've got it in a lovely black as well. Same on the back. They are absolutely beautiful. We've also got a hand towel which is going to go into the setup as well. Not only that, we've got my brand new dart case as well with a link to the PM Darts social media, as well as, and I'm going to be putting a picture there, or my editor is, my amazing new Omni covers where it's got just, oh, it's just so nice. Look at that. And as well, we're in the process of getting a surround made as well. Honestly, Patrick Manicum, you are an absolute legend. If you do want to get any dart customization things, please head to PM Darts. The first thing I would suggest you doing if you're brand new to darts is to just get used to throwing. Now what I mean by this is have your darts in a position where you can just pick them up and then throw them one after the other. This is going to create a feeling of no tension, no stress, no thinking. It's just you getting used to how your arm moves back and forward. You haven't even got to worry about where your darts are going. It is not important. This will just get you used to that feeling of pulling your arm back with the dart in and releasing. Over time, doing this for about 5 to 10 minutes, your arm will inevitably get used and your brain will get used to exactly the point it needs to release. Doing this will then also tell you later down the line that you do know how to release a dart. It's just sometimes you could be a little bit too heady and overthink literally everything. Tip number 2 is get used to hitting the targets above the trebles that you're aiming for. What I mean by this is you've got to play the percentages. You want to aim for the big fat 20 segment, the big fat 19 segment, and the big fat 18 segment. Doing this will give you a higher chance of hitting an 18 rather than hitting the very, very low numbers either side. You can see the examples that are running in the background now of me going above the treble and me getting them all in the 20s, all in the 19s, and then me being a bit more aggressive at the treble 20, which you don't want to be doing at the time being. And you can see that my darts are dropping low and frequently going into the 5s, the 1s, the 3s, the 7s if I'm going for 19s, and so on. Please, please, please just get used to aiming above the treble segment because you will generate a much better consistent score, and because you're new to darts, it's not going to affect your mentality and your emotions early on in the game. Now tip 3 and 4 are little games that I think will help everything when it comes to knowing the position that your arm needs to be and how to release to aim at certain segments. Number 3 is playing a simple game called Around the Clock. Now Around the Clock basically consists of you hitting 1 to 2 to 3 all the way up to the 20s, and then if you want to make it a little bit harder on yourself, you can also then go for the 25 and the ball. This is a brilliant, brilliant starter game when you're just starting out to get used to knowing how to release, how to throw the dart at different areas of the dartboard that you probably wouldn't usually aim for when you're just throwing and getting used to actually releasing the dart itself. Doing this will also get you used to maybe, as some players do, they drop their arm ever so slightly to go for the lower segments. Or they might step slightly to the right, they might step slightly to the left. Doing this will enable you to understand what your body and what your arm would prefer when practicing. Tip 4 is a 9 dart high score, but you can only use the segments that are near the target you're aiming for. What I mean by this is if you're just doing it on the 20 segment, you will be allowed to use the scores that are the 5s and the 1s and the 20s, but anything outside of those 3 segments do not count to your score. This will make you start to aim at certain segments and not just get lucky for if you're aiming at the 20 and you score a 14, which then makes your score higher than if you hit a 1 or a 5. Because in essence, if you hit a 1 or a 5, you've still had a better release and a better throw than if you did hit that 14, for example. It's also a great starter game to get used to having a slight bit of pressure because you're going up against yourself and seeing what score you can generate as your highest. You can also then do this game for aiming at the 19s and just counting the 3 and the 7 segments as well. And you could do it for the 18s, and you could even do it for the 17 segments too. Working on this will give you that early stage of pressure and tension, and it will be you then getting used to what that feels like and working around the earliest signs of pressure. Guys, I really hope this video has helped you, and if not you, you might have sent it to one of your mates who was just starting out playing this incredible game, which we love, which is darts. If you have enjoyed the video, guys, make sure you drop a like. Please put comments down below of some suggestions of videos you'd want to see me do in the future. We get 3 videos out a week. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn that notification bell on. I've been Hazy Darts, and I'll catch you in the next one. I'll see you later.